Warning. The following subject matter is controversial and banned in many countries. Viewer discretion is advised. Please turn up your sound now. If you're still watching this, then you have discovered my exclusive video on how to have fun in the bedroom tonight. A lot more fun. Even if you've been married for 20 years, you're in a sexless relationship, or you feel like you will never meet that special one. Before now, I have only taught these secrets live and in person for a lot of money to a committed group of people who wanted to absolutely revolutionize their sex lives. And because I've shared this secret thousands of times, I know it works. Inside, I'm going to teach you this simple secret and more. A lot more. Just watching this presentation could radically change your sex life, because you will discover how to create so much pleasure for you and your partner that you will understand the true meaning of a 45-minute orgasm. Yes, men can have 45-minute orgasms too, starting today. But first, I have to warn you. This secret is so powerful that some people have used it to take complete sexual control over another person's will. So if you plan to use this secret to control another person's sexuality only for your gain, please leave this page now. Still here? Okay, cool. In just a minute, I'm going to show you a simple technique to get any person to instantly feel sexually comfortable around you. Anytime, anywhere. I have used this secret so many times and in so many different places that I've lost count. This secret will automatically activate the deep sexual, emotional, and pleasure centers of the brain and will flood the brain with oxytocin, what scientists call the feel-good love drug, without anyone ever noticing you are using this technique on them. It's like a magic love potion that nobody can see, but they helplessly feel its powerful effects, drawn like a magnet to you. You can be that person who carries that special sexual charisma that really affects other people. Because sexual attraction that is truly powerful comes from inside, created by inner confidence and a sense of self-value. That comes from being well prepared. Preparation is key to immense sexual pleasure, a key to magnetic sexual charisma, a key to inner sexual confidence. Life is designed to reward those that prepare, and preparation is easy when you know exactly what to do. When opportunity knocks, finally putting you in control of your sex life. People love to be around people who are in control, especially if you are the one in control of your treasure chest of raw sexual power inside. Because if you are still listening to this, then I know you have a lot of raw sexual energy, probably more than you know what to do with. And if you are like me, then you've never learned how to properly and powerfully channel all of this energy. And if you never learn to channel this energy, then you probably have a difficult time staying focused. Because when you feel sexually starved or sexually dissatisfied, it's difficult to focus on exactly what you need to do to maximize your personal power and effectiveness in life, especially around sex. Because you can learn to channel all of your sexual energy to empower your life, to have more love and more freedom, to satisfy your deepest desires, to harness your power, to have whatever you want, including better sex, much better sex, and more of it, a lot more of it, and extend your orgasms by having the self-discipline to learn so you can have everything you desire. That's inner power. Because how you appear to others is important, yet more important than that is how you appear to yourself, knowing that you have the skills to give and receive massive amounts of pleasure. Sexual charisma is the 80% that nobody sees, but rather they feel. First, let me ask you a question. Where does sexual self-confidence and self-worth come from? It comes from feeling good about yourself and confident in your sexual skills. It flows from deep inside. After doing thousands of private sessions, I can share this surprising fact. All women can remember their most intense, most satisfying orgasm. And if they can't, it's because they've never had one. The orgasms that were so powerful, they made her weep. This kind of full-bodied orgasm is possible when you have real knowledge, when you have the power of extraordinary sexual skill, and when you and your partner can share sexually, skillfully, and powerfully together. The days of boring sex partners and awful sex are finally over, because once you truly know the secrets I know, you know, and there's no going back. You have to ask yourself, am I really ready to experience massive amounts of pleasure in my body? Am I willing to have more fun in the bedroom tonight? Because you finally can. Society doesn't demand that you learn to have great sex. That you must demand of yourself. Society doesn't demand that you experience deep love and connected pleasure. That you must demand of yourself. Society doesn't demand that you embrace your deepest sexual desires. That you must demand of yourself. So I'm going to share a simple but immensely powerful tool right now that will dramatically improve your sex life right this second. And if you do this one thing tonight, you will have more fun in bed. Guaranteed. Ready? Learn to ask your partner for exactly what you want, the way you want it. Now, that's a lot easier said than done. Why? Because of the things you believe in your mind about sex. Bad mental habits that society has taught us. Out and out lies about the way sex should be. For example, if you believe that true love means mind reading exactly what your partner needs and wants, you are falling for one of the biggest lies about love and sex. Lies that keep you from having the life you want and the sex life you desire. Did you know that 54% of couples have sex in silence? They don't even talk about what turns them on. Why? Because they lack real sexual self-confidence and they lack knowledge. Because inner sexual confidence comes from discovering what you truly want sexually and asking that of your partners, which is scary. I know adults who would rather suffer in a sexless, loveless marriage and relationship rather than follow this simple formula. Learn to ask for what you want in life and in bed. Because on the other side of fear lies profound pleasure, incredible freedom, pillow-drooling orgasms, and the inner circle of confidence that comes from knowing exactly what to do to have more fun in bed tonight, to live the life you truly want at full volume, because nobody can live your life for you. And if you can't ask for what you want sexually, I can guarantee that you are not having the kind of sex life that's truly possible for you. And if your sex life ain't getting better and better, then it's heading in the wrong direction. Let me put it another way. Imagine you're listening to music your whole life, but you've only been listening to AM radio. And it's good enough. But one day, somebody turns you on to FM radio. And suddenly, you're like, oh, that's what music sounds like. That's the difference between the way that most people are having sex and what will happen when you help a woman have her first full-bodied, pillow-drooling, mind-blowing orgasm. I want to help you change your station by teaching you a sexual secret that's easy to do, and trust me, you have never seen anything as simple and easy as this secret before. So make sure you watch this video to the very end, because this secret will allow you to have instant power, authority, and sexual confidence automatically from the inside that people feel. My name is Lawrence, and I'm about to share with you a pirate's treasure chest of gold that exists within you. A treasure chest that will bring you almost anything you want. Because here's the thing about treasure. If you have an abundance of any resource, treasure, sex, or power, you can use that resource to gather other resources. In other words, once you master one area of your life, you can use that knowledge and experience in every area of your life. That's what having pirate's treasure is all about. And I'm about to show you how to get this wealth of sexual treasure into your head to change any area of your life, to change your station, starting with sex. Because once you master one area of your life, you can learn to master any area of your life. That's the real secret of treasure. And today, I'm going to teach you how this treasure will get you all the connection, all the love, and all the sex you desire. Because contrary to popular belief, connection, love, and sex are skills, treasure skills, that you can learn, master, and share with a partner. No matter how lonely you are right now, and even if you've been married for the last 20 years, or you're in a sexless relationship, or you're still searching for that one legendary love and pillow-drooling, life-changing sex. And no matter how badly you feel about your life right now, I've been there. Because finding this secret treasure took me from being lonely, divorced, broke, and loveless just a few short years ago, terrified of my deepest sexual desires, terrified of asking for what I really want in bed, to having more love, more connection, more intimacy, and more mind-blowing, pillow-drooling sexual pleasure than I ever dreamed possible. Even if what you really want in bed seems impossible, in fact, before I found this secret, I was certain I would die broke and alone with all the best years of my life long gone behind me. Because wherever you are in your life right now, if you pay attention to what I'm about to say, things are going to get better for you too. Just listening to what I have to say, no matter how confused, alone, and desperate your life seems right now. I have been there. So I can honestly say, if you apply the secret that I'm about to teach you, you too will find new direction. Things will change for you for the better. So keep watching. Deal? Because I'm about to share a secret for expanding your pleasure right now. Something that will instantly make you feel more confident immediately because it works. Without reading confusing self-help sex books with impossible sex positions, I call those books the kinds of techniques of getting off without getting in, or listening to boring sex ed lectures, because what I'm about to share with you came to me under fire in the real world. This is about how to turn your life around and have endless opportunities for more love, more pleasure, and much more fun in the bedroom. Now, here's what most lonely people will never understand about having a lot more fun in the bedroom. If you want to experience profound pleasure, then the most important thing you can do is learn to experience the pleasure you truly desire inside your own mind first. Hear me on this. Review this inside your own mind first. That is so intense that your life will completely reorient itself because you're experiencing so much pleasure inside. Really, society has conditioned us to pain. We must learn to condition ourselves to pleasure. Because guess what? When you are feeling juiced and turned on in life, the whole world responds like a compass suddenly finding true north. Not only will you experience more pleasure, so will the people around you. Even if you've been in a sexless, loveless relationship or keep attracting the wrong kind of person, until you get this right, you will attract the wrong kind of person over and over and over again, eventually having the same problems you had before, because it's not about the other person. You can't do much to change other people anyway. It's about you. You having the courage to unleash your true inner sexual power of the authentic sexual being that you really are. And once this happens and the fire inside ignites, your loneliness and desperation are over forever. Because once you fully embrace your true sexual nature and unleash your authentic sexual power on the world, that's called sexual charisma, life's doors begin to open to you effortlessly. Because long before we even understood what sex was, we knew how to have fun. We knew how to laugh and play fearlessly, so engaged in the moment that we even forgot to eat. People were naturally and magnetically drawn to us because we radiate the pure pleasure of life. That's what we want to bring back to the bedroom. Fun, pleasure, freedom, connection, play, and that spark of sexual charisma, taking our sex life by the horns. Since my divorce, I've invested time, energy, and money traveling the globe to discover the real hidden secrets of sex. Powerful secrets that have allowed me to completely create the life that I want to live, to have rich and satisfied love life, and to experience more pleasure and more freedom than I ever imagined possible. And I finally learned how to share these secrets in a meaningful way. And I'm going to share 3 of these secrets with you right now and bust wide open some of the myths you have about your pleasure and your deepest freedom that are keeping you from enjoying the profound pleasure and depth and intimate connections and unleashing your sexual charisma and power. Even if you're confused about what the hell you're going to do with your life, or what career direction to move in, or you just feel stuck, or if you're just afraid of what will happen if you were to live your life from your deepest dreams and desires. Because life doesn't owe us anything. Neither does mommy and daddy. It's up to you to learn. So stay with me, because I'm going to show you how to set your life on fire, sexual fire, how to turn up your pleasure factor, and discover how to create so much pleasure for you and your partner that you will understand the true meaning of a 45-minute orgasm. Because that's not a myth, but an inevitable consequence of learning my secret techniques. Not only that, you'll find out how to embrace your real sexual desires, free from guilt and shame, even if you're married or in a long-term relationship, without forcing yourself to remember some complicated Kama Sutra techniques that don't work anyway, without wondering if you're normal sexually. If you have ever had overwhelming sexual feelings in your body, in your mind, in your thoughts, well, guess what? You're normal. And without risking being laughed at, humiliated, or rejected in bed. And if you're already in a relationship with a partner, they will be endlessly thanking you when you use these secrets to have 45-minute orgasms in the bedroom and experience more pleasure and freedom for longer periods of time than they've ever experienced in their lives. I've taught these same secrets to a select group of lucky men and women, many of whom have paid me a pirate's ransom. They were so thankful to learn these sexual secrets. But I need to warn you, there's black ops sexual information in here, and there's a lot of powerful people who do not want you to know the real truth about sexual pleasure. Because when you begin to truly own your pleasure, you will experience true freedom. And when you truly break free of the pain paradigm, when you fully and completely step into your sexual freedom, you can no longer be controlled and manipulated by the system. And that's why this information has been held back from you. So stop whatever you're doing and focus with me, because knowing how to blow away your partner in bed is critical for your long-term happiness. Did you know that 5 out of 6 women will eventually have sex outside of their primary relationship because she is not sexually satisfied in bed? Did you know that most men are unfaithful because they are looking for more fun and sexual excitement in bed? Guess what? The reality is that men and women want the same things, to express their authentic sexual desires to one another, without the fear of being judged or shamed by their partner, their friends, or their community. You see, authentic pleasure is different. And if you unlock the authentic pleasure inside of you, people around you will feel it. So by watching this video, you can be the kind of person who is truly confident that your partners are completely satisfied in bed. Now, because of internet porn, you may think you've seen it all when it comes to sex. Yet I can guarantee that you've never seen these little-known sex secrets before. This is an entirely different thing, because it's practical, clear, and easy to follow. Because the truth is, men and women who never learn how to drive a partner insane with desire usually spend their lives feeling lonely and empty and alone. Even if they are in a relationship or a marriage, that does not matter. Because it ain't about what's going on outside. It's about inside. Your ability to better yourself first. I know, because before I knew the secrets of a 45-minute full-body orgasm, that's where I was. I was desperately struggling and failing in my sex life, unfulfilled and unable to have sex the way I wanted it. Yet, now that I'm on the other side of that, I can honestly say mastering the art of sex may be the most important thing you do in your life. I'm going to say that again. Mastering the art of sex may be the most important thing you do in your life. So, I'm going to share a formula with you that's so powerful you will instantly expand your mind and body. This formula works if you're single, if you're married, or if you're in a long-term relationship. Or if you've never had good sex and mind-blowing, pillow-drooling orgasms. These secrets will even work if there's not any attraction right now with somebody you are attracted to. So pay close attention to the secret techniques I'm about to share in this video. First, I need to tell you how I learned to have more fun in bed. It's a story I'm not proud of, yet it's one you absolutely need to hear, because it will reveal more about how to turn yourself into a magnet for pleasure than anything else I know. Now, I wasn't always the sex expert you may have heard interviewed on popular TV and radio shows, quoted in books and in magazines. Not like I am today. Far, far from it. In fact, I was shy, sexually insecure, and frankly, I was a total loser in bed. I'll share a few pics of the improved me later on. But I got started on my path to mastering sex because of a sad but true sex story. It was the day when I finally said to myself, enough is enough. I was done feeling lonely and falling asleep horny by myself. So I'm going to share this story with you, even though it's really embarrassing. I almost edited it out. But you need to know how clueless I was about women and sex before I discovered the secrets I'm going to share with you in this video. In college, there was a sexy girl who I was really wanting to connect with sexually. My pickup technique was to swing by and spend time petting her dog. Nice, right? Yet the whole time we stood there talking about classes, I was picturing her naked in my bed. Now, there's a crazy twist to this story. Because while I was lusting after my dream girl, I was occasionally having okay sex with her best friend, an open-minded grad student who really liked younger guys. I decided to practice some basic sex secrets with her. And one weekend, just before finals, everything clicked. We had the most incredible sex of our lives. We were both pillow-drooling, speechless, unable to speak. Her horny grad student mind was blown, and I had opened a whole new doorway into the secret world of full-body 45-minute orgasms. What I didn't know then is that girls who are close friends, they share the complete details about their most intimate sexual experiences. I really love and appreciate that now, by the way. So the sexy girl of my dreams heard about her friend's incredible 45-minute squirting orgasm with me, and she decided she wanted some of that ASAP. The very next night, I found myself at the same party as her, and the girl of my dreams was all over me. It was the most shocking thing. It was trickle-down sexonomics. After months of humiliating myself, petting her dog, and dreaming about getting her naked, she was chasing me, dreaming of getting me naked in bed. Why? Because she was craving mind-blowing multi-orgasmic sex. So, at one point, she just yanked me out the door, and 10 minutes later, we were lying on my bed, and you will not believe this. We were talking. And it gets worse. The longer I waited to make my move, the harder it was to make any move at all. Finally, she came right out and she said, I just think we should follow our desires right now. Let's just have fun. She knew exactly what she wanted. And with that, all of my sexual insecurities rushed into my brain. What if I couldn't repeat the 45-minute orgasmic feed again? What if I disappointed her? You see, the thing with her best friend, that happened accidentally. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't sure of the exact steps I had done to trigger that multi-orgasmic, ecstatic experience. So here I was, with the woman of my dreams naked in my bed, begging me to sexually blow her mind, and I panicked. My brain turned to jello with fear, and so did my erection. Is there something wrong with me? She asked. I laid down by her side, and I was like, oh man, no, it is me. We didn't speak again after that. She wanted mind-blowing sex with me so badly that she was willing to leave her boyfriend to experience it. But the anxiety of not knowing exactly what to do totally messed me up. And I remember she fell asleep at some point, Yet I laid awake all night, and I was just thinking about, like, how am I never, ever, 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 ever going to have this happen again? And then fortunately, daylight broke, birds were singing, there's that morning light, and I was like, oh. And then she let out this very, very deep, sad sigh and climbed out of my bed, and I pretended to be asleep. I watched her butt disappear behind that wall of her blue jeans. Zipping her hoodie, she looked back at me in complete and total disappointment. She ended up moving back to California with her boyfriend, said yes to a lifetime of mediocre sex, and I never saw her again. I remember in that moment, lying alone in my bed, I felt crushed and angry and ashamed. I knew that if I didn't get this sex stuff figured out, there was a distinct possibility I'd be alone for the rest of my life. So I guarantee you that when I tell you I hit rock bottom, my rock bottom was lower than low. Yet, you know what? That one night caused my entire life to change. I made a vow to myself that I was going to become a great lover, a sexual superhero, or I would kill myself trying, because I began a lifelong quest for sexual mastery. I spent the next 10 years flying around the world to study with every sex guru I could find, including Taoist teachers, Tantra masters, and sex gurus themselves, even porn stars and cult leaders. I got inside their minds. I was interested. I hacked into their deepest sexual secrets. I learned everything I could, and I began recognizing these very, very powerful patterns and orgasmic responses. And I saw this very direct link between my secret sexual knowledge that I was acquiring and the massive amounts of pleasure that I was able to share and experience. Because it's a lie that guys just instinctively know how to be good lovers. And a woman won't tell you that you suck in bed because she doesn't want to hurt your feelings. She'll just start sleeping with you less and less and find someone else who knows the secrets of female sexuality. But once I figured this out, the secrets of female sexuality were unlocked before my own very eyes. And I discovered hidden knowledge about sex that 99.9% of people have never seen until now. The good news for you is this. Not only did I figure out the hidden secrets of 45-minute full body orgasms, I also discovered that my skills in the bedroom had women chasing me. Which is crazy because I'm not that good looking of a guy. But that doesn't matter when it comes to the bedroom, because girls want to have fun in bed, and they were even happily sending their girlfriends to me to show them how to have full body orgasms. This blew my mind. By discovering these sexual secrets that I'm about to share with you, my life has attained a whole new level of fulfillment and connection. And I'm going to share just 3 of these secrets with you in a moment. So just keep watching. I wasn't naturally gifted with sexual confidence or charisma or a natural ability to have fun in bed. I'm really an average guy who happened to go through hell. And because of my experience and going through all that pain, I discovered a secret sexual system. A system that allows ordinary men and women to have extraordinary sex lives. A system that will have lovers coming back to you over and over again. This system puts an end to boring sex, disconnected sex. No matter if we're in sexless relationships right now or we completely lack sexual charisma right now, this program is the missing key to a lifetime of exciting fun in the bedroom. And I want to share it all with you right now. I'll cover the specifics and details in just a few minutes with you. First, you absolutely must be told the truth. The real reason most people are struggling to have fun in the bedroom, and it will surprise you, because it's the one thing that's been holding you back. Even though we're surrounded, and I mean surrounded, like life is filled with other people who crave good sex. Men and women, they're looking for the same kinds of things. The real problem is the fact that you've been lied to for years. Listen. There are people out there determined to sabotage your sex life by making you believe things about women and sex that are completely false. They have their reasons. I don't completely understand it, and that's not what this program is about. But I am telling you, you are believing things about sex that are wrong. So if you really want to blame someone for your lack of amazing sex, don't blame yourself. Blame women's fashion magazines that pressure women to look skinny and make them feel insecure when they're naked. Blame the porn industry, which makes men believe that an endless pounding is what women are really looking for in bed. And this could not be farther from the truth. Because porn is all about entertainment, not education. Let me put it this way. You don't go learn to drive by watching The Fast and the Furious. The reality is that we've been bombarded for as long as we've been alive with false and misleading ideas about female sexuality, about female body type, about female orgasm. They depend on our suffering to make a buck. They want us to feel horny and empty and confused and lonely. By exploiting our hidden fears, these industries make billions from our pain. And that is enough to make me frickin' furious. How about you? That's how I felt when I finally discovered the hidden truth. And that's exactly why I'm going to personally teach with you and share with you all the skills you need to have way more fun in the bedroom tonight. And finally give you full permission to unleash your authentic sexual power. You can start having great sex because once you know what I'm going to show you, boring, disconnected sex, empty sex, these will be gone forever. Now, please give me your full focus and attention because this is the big lie that keeps guys and girls spending their nights alone instead of in bed with a warm, hot, naked body. The big lie is that women don't want sex as much as men. We've been led to believe that good girls don't crave amazing, passionate, even naughty sex. I bet you've heard this before, or maybe you've even believed it at one point. Yet, this is not even close to the truth. Women would love to be sexually ravished and fucked into heart-opening oblivion. This is the most guarded secret there is about female sexuality. The truth is, women have always wanted and been open to and been available for mind-blowing, hot, sweaty, bliss-filled, orgasmic, squirting sex. That's right. In spite of all the sexual shame, guilt, and fear of eternal damnation in hell that religion has heaped upon women's brains, bodies, and minds, women love sex. Women need sex. Women crave sex. Women live and breathe sex. But it has to be good sex. No, in fact, it has to be great sex. Still in doubt? Do you know what the best-selling book in the world is right now? It's called 50 Shades of Grey. It's the story of a college girl who enters into a world of kinky bondage sex with a billionaire, and it's sold more than 20 million copies. And who's buying all these books? Women of all ages. Teenage girls, stay-at-home moms, college co-eds, they're all breathlessly turning the pages of this book that's filled with graphic descriptions of bondage and domination sex. The press calls it mommy porn. You know what I call it? I call it reality. Female sexual reality. Because women around the world are falling over themselves to read it. Consciously or unconsciously, sex is the profound motivator in every aspect of a woman's life. From weight loss to fashion trends, from creams to hair products, from Botox to breast implants, yoga boot camps, and gym memberships. One way or another, it's all about sex and pleasure. She craves someone in her life to help her get in touch with her fully expressed, sexually authentic self without being judged. She needs to feel safe and relaxed. When that happens, she'll open up and melt into all kinds of new and exciting sexual experiences with you. I hope you can see how this cultural lie about female sexuality has held us all back, men and women, and how believing women are non-sexual beings leads to a lifetime of unhappy relationships, mediocre sex, and the emptiness, lack of fulfillment, and loneliness that so many people experience. And why? So we can die sexually unfulfilled and miserable? What's the point? This is not what I want for you. And if you are still with me, then I know you want a hell of a lot more for yourself than a lifetime of mediocre sex. Because in my live seminars, this is what people have the most pain around. the possibility that they could die without ever reaching their full sexual potential in life. And that is just plain sad. Now that you know the problem, let's dive into the solution. I have specific and powerful tips for you today. These are the same tips that turned my sex life around big time. I've taught these tips to men and women who have all used them to have the pleasure and freedom that they deserve and desire. Okay, the most important of my secrets is the principle of the sexual relaxation response. Knowing how to trigger the sexual relaxation response is the breakthrough that turns you from dud to stud. Why? Because a woman cannot experience the kind of pillow-drooling orgasms that we're talking about unless she's completely comfortable and relaxed. I'll go into the specifics on how to trigger the sexual relaxation response in just a moment. But first, I want to talk about the biggest desire killers you must avoid whenever you're having sex. I'm talking about tension. Tension in your touch sends a clear signal that you are insecure about your sexual expertise. In other words, tension in your touch means you probably suck in bed. So here's a simple technique, a secret to develop a relaxed, tension-free touch that you can use literally anywhere. I call this technique feather fingers. What's cool about this tip is that it works instantly. So if you want to get somebody's sexual attention and communicate that you're a better lover than all the others, then start out with a super light and slow feather touch with your fingertips on the bare skin. Here's how to practice this now. Take a moment and move your fingertips over the skin on the back of your hand as lightly and slowly as you can. Notice how that feels. Try and get your touch as light and sensitive as possible, like your fingers are a feather. Here's the magic part. When you touch slowly and lightly, and this works on all parts of the body, you're sending a strong signal to relax, and relaxation during sex is the key to experiencing powerful orgasms that can last up to 45 minutes. That's the key to having way more fun in bed, relaxation. It's a way to trigger the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the key to deep relaxation. And research shows the right touch at the right time can trigger the sexual relaxation response. I personally use this touch with people all the time. They love it because it makes them feel really awesome in their bodies. The secret is fun and easy. And if you've just met somebody, use the feather fingers touch on the arm or even the hand during your conversation. Your feather fingers touch sends a little spark to the sexual unconscious system, the primal brain. It's beyond your conscious mind, and it says to your unconscious that you understand exactly how to touch the person you're touching. I promise you, this will capture attention and immediately take you out of the friend zone. And the magic part is, when somebody feels this touch on the hand or the arm, the feather touch immediately indicates you'll have this special touch with other, more sensitive parts of the body as well. You get the idea. Touch lightly in one area, it means you're going to touch lightly and sensitively in another area. Using this simple touch will immediately set you apart from the others and automatically trigger a response in the body. And feather touch also reduces your chance of being rejected because you're pre-demonstrating your fun in the bedroom skills with everybody's clothes still on. Now, here's another secret that will allow you to have all the bedroom fun that you could possibly want. This sexual secret actually forces you to become a better lover. Remember, tension in your body and in your face and in your touch sends the signal that you're an insecure person. And we all know that an insecure lover is a terrible lover because when you're tense and nervous, it makes other people tense and nervous. And a tense and nervous woman will never have a 45-minute orgasm, no matter how much you touch, lick, and rub. Sexual breathing is the only state that will allow her and you to experience the entwined erotic ecstasy that's possible. And the big secret to full body orgasms is breathing the right way, at the right time, together. Here's the truth that women are afraid to tell men. Most guys are too focused on learning silly sex tricks, or they're just getting off. So they miss the opportunity for a woman to completely open and totally surrender to her pleasure. And a 45-minute orgasm, which has very little to do with inserting point A into slot B, you have to learn how to consciously breathe. Fun in bed is all about the right kind of touch and deep sexual breathing. This means that a lot of guys will write this off as too easy or too new agey, which is a huge mistake because those dudes will be alone in their bedrooms instead of having more fun in their bedrooms. You see, if you learn how to breathe properly during sex, you will not only instantly become a better lover, but you will also increase your body relaxation and blood flow, which is essential for natural, strong, reliable erections. So hear me on this. Women must feel safe and relaxed and open with you in order to completely let go sexually. And the best way for a woman to relax and open to great sex is for her to do sexual breathing too. Sexual breathing naturally removes shame and guilt and tension from your body, and it makes you feel great immediately. This tip is really awesome if you want to quickly feel sexually comfortable in your body. Here's how it works. Start by taking a deep breath that goes all the way down into your belly. Deep, deep, deep. Hold the breath for at least 3 seconds. Hold it. And then let it slowly out of your mouth, making the sound as you exhale. The sound should sound like you just ate your favorite dessert. Do this while you tightly squeeze your PC muscles. Those are the same muscles that you use to control your bladder. As you continue to breathe, think to yourself, I call forth my sexual power. I call forth my authentic sexual power. Continue to squeeze your PC muscles. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Breathe. Give it a sound. If you do this the right way, at the right time, and you practice, you will find yourself building sexual charge in your body. You'll find yourself building sexual energy, and you will automatically be dropping our cultural defenses against sex. That's because your conscious breathing is literally sucking her mind and body into the present moment as well as your own. And the present moment is exactly where amazing sex happens. Legendary sex happens in your body and in her body. And she'll ask, how on earth did you learn to do that? And then she'll call her girlfriends and tell them about her incredible night with you. Just imagine knowing exactly how to give your partner mind-blowing orgasms tonight because you are so relaxed in your own skin and so comfortable bringing forth your sexual power. And that is true inner sexual charisma. Okay, that's a lot to cover, I know, and you may be feeling a bit overwhelmed, which is understandable, of course. I mean, there's a lot here, and that's okay. Basically, this means you got 2 choices on where to go from here. Choice 1, take the information that I've already given you on this exclusive presentation and go for it alone. You will see some immediate success if you took careful notes. Or there's choice 2, and I think that's the wise and easy choice. It's the quickest way and the smartest way to get the sexual skills that will truly change your sex life. Let me do the work for you and be your sex coach. Hey, look. Even Tiger Woods has a coach. We all need coaches no matter how good we are. Because guess what? I have done the work for you already. Why try to figure this out through trial and error when more than ever in life, it is time that is our most precious resource? Because I've laid out your exact step-by-step blueprint for endless toe-curling orgasms and getting all the fun you want in bed, without learning a bunch of difficult Kama Sutra techniques, or watching boring sex education videos, or risking shame and sexual rejection of your deepest sexual desires. It's called the Tantra X Formula. I'm Lawrence, and the Tantra X Formula is my proven system that will quickly give you rock star sexual skills in less time than it takes to watch a movie. You'll learn how to help any woman experience explosive orgasms in her body over and over and over again. This radically simple pleasure-producing system will work for you, even if you have never had sex before, you have high sexual anxiety, you've been stuck in a loveless, sexless relationship before, or you are in a long-term relationship now. And especially if you're concerned with penis size. If you're feeling too old, or you're going through a divorce and you have no idea how to get back in the game. Or maybe you just want to understand exactly how to please a woman, or you want to avoid sexual rejection when you finally do ask for what you really want in bed. Perhaps you have sexual performance anxieties, or maybe you just want to have simply more fun in bed. A lot more fun. Or if you think you've tried everything sexually and you want to supercharge your skills, now, let me tell you what the Tantra X formula is not, just so you know exactly what you're about to experience. This is not some dry sex education. It's not some crazy sex cult stuff where you have to eye gaze or meditate for 3 hours at 4 a.m. It's not some magic little blue sex pill that warns against the dangers of 4-hour erections. It's not the same information you've heard before. And this is definitely not how to be a porn star in bed program. That is BS when it comes to most women and men who are looking for more. You have been lied to enough. It's time for a solution to having more fun in bed that's rational and reasonable, that's easy to learn, and that really works. Now, the Tantra X formula is the result of over 10 years of my studying, analyzing the most sexually potent and respected lovers in the world, learning their secrets, and stripping out all the nonsense, keeping only the stuff that works fast to make you an amazing lover almost overnight. You see, unlike a lot of other sex experts selling repackaged sex education on the internet, I've actually tested and perfected these techniques. That's me in the middle. I've also spent years looking for the reasons why men fail sexually. Did you know that most men make a common mistake that stimulates a woman's sexual rejection triggers when they're actually trying to have sex? And once you activate her rejection triggers, usually without even knowing what you did wrong, because she won't tell you, she will shut you down and you will always be fighting an uphill battle when it comes to sex. And if you are in some kind of sexless relationship, that's exactly what's been going on. However, starting today, my proven sexual success formula can be yours too. The Tantra X formula quickly builds your sexual charisma and confidence, while your sexual chemistry and attraction factor soars, and you finally have the life of sexual freedom, sexual empowerment, and sexual abundance that you absolutely deserve. The Tantra X formula is for men and women who want to have more fun in bed tonight, who want to know how to make each other come endlessly, and want to avoid the rejection that comes from figuring all this out through trial and error. And if you are a woman who is lucky enough to be watching this right now, you've either discovered it or somebody has shared this presentation with you, then you will want your man to learn this material tonight. And if that sounds like you, then you're going to want the Tantra X formula. It's your shortcut guide to unlocking the sexual secrets of female sexuality and true sexual charisma. You will not find these sexual secrets anywhere else, mostly because nobody else has invested the time and the money and the research searching out the real sexual secrets and organizing these secrets into an easy to follow formula like I have. And the best part is, it's easy. You don't have to do any weird stuff or acquire bizarre sexual practices. It's not some recycled sex ed crap either. And it certainly ain't your hippie sister's tantra sex yoga practice that she brought back from India. It's brand spanking new, cutting edge sexual science that gets results for anyone who uses it. It's been thoroughly tested by a select group who are in Neil Strauss's secret society. And if his name sounds familiar to you, here's why. Neil is the New York Times best-selling author of The Game. Here's what Neil had to say about my training. I'll never forget the time I brought Lawrence to a seminar to teach sensual touch. Nearly everyone said afterwards that it was the best gift they'd ever given their partner. That's Neil Strauss. Now, I'm going to open up Tantra X to a few new people who are ready and willing to use these techniques to become sexual superheroes, or to teach their partner how to become a sexual superhero. So if you want to give your woman mind-blowing orgasms and have her shooting you hot, juicy text messages begging you to come over right now, and texting pictures of her ready and willing body, and having the woman of your dreams craving sex with you, or if you want to reignite that sexual spark in your long-term relationship, then the Tantra X formula is for you. And if you've ever had a partner cheat with somebody else behind your back, or you feel you're too old or ugly or uncool for hot sex, the Tantra X formula is definitely for you. Let me tell you about just a fraction of what you can expect if you want to have real sexual confidence and charisma, inner confidence and charisma, be able to choose the women you sleep with, and develop the sexual skills that will have your lovers craving and begging for sex with you. Then the Tantra X formula isn't just a tool for you, it's the only tool for you. Traditional sex education takes years to learn, but Tantra X is your fast-track course. It's designed so you get the essentials you need to please a woman starting tonight. Let's take a look at what you will receive inside your copy of the Tantra X formula. The Tantra X formula consists of 9 videos plus full written transcripts containing the essential sexual techniques you need to make sure the women you sleep with have deep, shuddering orgasms and come back for more. You will learn how to naturally increase her feelings of lust and sexual desire. No fluff, just the essential techniques and knowledge you need to turn yourself into a masterful lover as quickly as possible. In these videos, I teach you the easiest, fastest techniques for activating feelings of trust, for relaxation, and sexual freedom, both in yourself and in your lover. People will be blown away by your charisma, confidence, and sexual presence in the bedroom when you follow these techniques. In the Tantra X formula videos, I also revealed the biggest mistakes that you must avoid whenever you have a woman in your bed. You'll discover how to avoid the sexual rejection triggers that cause women to shut you down and cut you off without warning or explanation. You'll also be introduced to the fastest way to trigger her deep sexual comfort. Then you'll find out just how naughty, wild, and horny women really are, and it's awesome. The discovery changed my life. And it will change your life too. It's a method that works for virtually everyone who applies it. This is a direct quote from one of my students who said, "I spent over $60,000 studying the subject of women, and nobody ever taught me this." Other men and women told me these techniques changed their lives the very same night that they learned them. And that's not all. In the Tantra X formula, I'm going to guide you through a start-to-finish process for making a woman come hard. There are 7 magic triggers for the orgasm that all work together to create the environment of deep sexual freedom and sexual relaxation, and sexual pleasure that leads to profound, satisfying, pillow-drooling 45-minute orgasms. I explain each of the 7 magic orgasm triggers in detail, and then I walk you through a special step-by-step sex routine that you can follow to drive her wild with desire and leave her shaking with pleasure. Follow this sexual recipe with her, and she'll be texting you and asking you when you can do it again. Most of the people are stunned when they realize how easy it is for them to learn my materials. It will be just as easy for you. Many Tantra Xers report powerful results the very first night. And that is amazing if you consider that they are seeing these results and experiencing the sexual transformation while having awesome, orgasmic, mind-blowing sex. That's the best part. You have fun learning. Now, you may believe that a system that can do this much for you would cost a pretty penny. And in all honesty, it really should. After all, this system has helped hundreds of people to finally start having the sex lives they deserve. I'll get you the price in just a moment. First, I want to share a few other unique benefits of this one-of-a-kind system. You'll discover how to use awareness touch to trigger deep arousal and trust in a woman. This lets her know you're not grabby and inexperienced. Why porn teaches you exactly the wrong way to approach sexual touch in real life. I'll show you how to touch her in a way that leaves her moaning with pleasure. And I'll show you how to ask for what you want and stop feeling ashamed of your sexual desires. Plus, in the Tantra X formula, I give you an erotic massage routine that warms her up, connects her to you emotionally, and triggers a state of deep, relaxed arousal, not to mention oxytocin. exactly what she needs to experience the most pleasurable full body orgasms. And of course, you'll learn exactly how to massage and touch her pussy. That maximizes orgasmic pleasure for both of you, including the violin bow technique for stimulating her clitoris. It's pretty awesome. Which means you'll be able to amplify the intensity, pleasure, and length of her orgasms and yours. The price of the Tantra X formula sold by itself is valued at $497. I felt that that was a fair value because in the rare situations when I do personal coaching, I charge a minimum of $500 an hour. And then, when I teach the same information during a weekend workshop, the fee is $1497 per person. Yet, you're not just receiving the Tantra X formula today. Just for watching this exclusive presentation, I'd like to give you free of charge these bonuses to deliver you a rockstar sex life even faster. First, I'm including 2 interviews with women who love sex and are openly willing to share explicit tips and suggestions on how you can please any woman in bed. Next, you'll also get my new audio program, The Player's Guide to Safer Sex. Trust me, you want to know about safer sex practices from experts who are having lots of sex. That's why I call it The Player's Guide. Look, nobody wants to talk about this, yet nothing will ruin your new rockstar sex life faster than picking up an uncomfortable disease. This 1-hour interview and written transcript gives you critical insider information every man and woman needs to know about safer sex practices and how to discuss this with a potential partner. And that's not all. You'll also get a copy of my ebook, Sexual Secrets of Immense Sexual Stamina and Pleasure for Men. A lot of guys struggle with premature ejaculation, unreliable erections, or even wish they could last longer when they're having sex. This guide explains my unique system for having more stamina and pleasure in bed. You'll know how to reduce or even eliminate premature ejaculation and experience multiple orgasms, which means you'll be able to control your sexual performance and last all night if that's what you want, enjoying every moment of sexual pleasure that's possible. I'm talking 45-minute orgasms for men. And when you get your copy of the Tantra X formula today, you'll also receive my new audio, The 50 Laws of Sexual Power. The 50 laws are like a menu of endless sexual ideas. One student said of the 50 laws of sexual power, the 50 laws alone are worth the price of this entire program. Listen to the audio or read the written transcripts whenever you want to come up with new and interesting ways to have a lot more fun in bed. You'll quickly become a fascinating and skilled lover, and other guys will seem boring and lame in comparison to you. If you bought the bonuses by themselves, your total investment today would be over $200. Because even if you really wanted them, you can't get them. I only offer them through this exclusive link. However, just for watching, I have a much better deal coming your way still. Just keep watching as it won't last much longer. Of course, you could choose to continue on the path you're on right now and pay a much higher price for missing out on this opportunity, because getting it wrong in bed will cost you in many ways, like it already cost me. JL recently said, "I wish I had Tantra X before I got my ridiculously expensive divorce." Then there's the negative effects that failing in bed with the woman of your dreams will have on your life. That's the kind of stuff that scars you. Remember, my lack of sexual confidence cost me my business and my marriage. Plus, if you are interested in sex, which pretty much everybody is, and you ask me what I can confidently recommend for you to study, I can't, because there's so much confusing and bad material out there and material that tells you the complete wrong things to do. And if you go pick up some cheesy tantric sex book, you will get absolutely nothing but confusing cultish BS. And let's not even talk about the emotional costs of remaining alone, or coming too fast when finally you do get her into your bed, or the loss of sexual opportunities if you just keep doing what you're doing now. This isn't what I want for you. If you're still watching, then I know you want hot, guilt-free, shame-free, pillow-drooling sex and simple, powerful techniques that will make you a better lover right now, tonight. So here's one of the key questions of this entire presentation. What are you going to do that will make a change in your life's direction today? Good question. If you don't do something right now to change something, it's going to be the same, maybe even for the next 5 years. So let's make this a really easy decision, okay? I feel you deserve to know why I'm about to offer you such a massive discount today. So let me share my dream with you. It's a movement that I'm inviting you to join, a movement of men and women who are ready to master the art of giving and receiving pleasure, allowing more pleasure in their lives. A few years ago, I set an inspiring goal. I dedicated myself to helping at least 100,000 men and women truly reclaim sexual power and sexual pleasure in their lives forever. But first, I needed to make sure these techniques would work for anyone, to give and get more pleasure than you ever dreamed possible. And I'm happy to tell you, Tantra X works every time. Join the movement, become part of this, because it means thousands of sexually open, sexually satisfied men and women who are fun, horny, excited, open-minded, and sexually free. Can you imagine that? How confident you will feel knowing that you are able to give her a sexual experience almost no other person can come close to. I want you to do your part to unleash the power of pure pleasure on this planet. Because women love experiencing great pleasure and great sex, and so do men. And they need people like you and me to make it happen. The bottom line is this: the pleasure challenge. Teach people exactly how to be sexually empowered. And the good news is, that means a lower price for you today, because I want you to join me in the movement of sexually empowered men and women. And I don't want finances to stop the sexual liberation of women and men on this planet. So let's add your lifetime of sexual pleasure to the cause starting right now. That means that today you will not be paying the retail value of the Tantra X formula. Not even close. Your investment today will not be $497. Not even half of that. Your total investment today, which includes the Tantra X formula and all of the bonuses you see above, is now only one payment of just $97. Listen, don't decide right now. Take advantage of my unconditional triple guarantee. Try the Tantra X formula for yourself for a full 60 days. And if you don't find yourself having more frequent, more pleasurable sex in those 60 short days, or if you do not find yourself feeling sexually confident and relaxed, receiving vibes of sexual charisma in the first 30 days, or even if you just don't like the way the videos look, you name it, I'll gladly refund every penny. No questions, no hassles. Look below this video right now. Click on the orange button that says Get Instant Access to claim your discounted price now. You'll join the many other Tantra X success stories like Jay and Scott. Jay sent me this recently by email. I'm having legendary sex for the first time in my life. She said I sent shivers through her entire body. Scott from LA came up to me at a seminar and introduced me to his friend by saying, I've been using Lawrence's techniques for about 3 months and my sex life has tripled. Plus, if you act now before this presentation ends, I will toss in this one-of-a-kind super bonus, the Tantra X Top 10 Sexual Touch Secrets for Men. It's like having a virtual sex coach for free to discover 10 pleasure-producing techniques for touching her pussy and driving her wild with desire. That brings your total value to over $749. Yet today, if you act now, it's all yours for just one payment of only $97. You'll be one of the few men who women can count on to drive them wild with massive amounts of pleasure. And you'll be rewarded for your skills in the bedroom, I promise. Click on the orange button below that says Get Instant Access Now to claim your discounted price now. You'll be granted immediate access to everything, the Tantra X formula, plus all the bonuses, just for taking immediate action today. Here's what will happen the moment you click the Get Instant Access button below this video. First, you'll be taken to our 100% secure checkout page. It looks like what you see below. After that, you'll receive an email with information on how to access your member's account. Plus, I have a few additional gifts too. It's that simple. Remember, you've been struggling with sex for far too long. And the pain of continuing to be horny and lonely will only lead to more despair and more frustration, instead of lots and lots of fun in bed. Yet all of this can change the moment you begin learning the sexual pleasure techniques in the Tantra X system. Picture the moment you finally have the answer you've been looking for, and begin the path to more sex, better sex, your authentic sexual expression, the authentic you, your sexual confidence, because you will feel more confident, more attractive, more powerful, and more alive, filled with sexual confidence and charisma and true sexual power. You'll see people responding to you differently starting tonight and every night after. Because it's true, your struggles with sex up until today has simply been no fault of your own. You've been lied to and fed a load of BS about sex and pleasure and pain. You've been exposed to really bad training about how to have sex from porn. However, today marks your day to take action necessary to put an end to the lies and begin fresh on a true sexually fulfilled lifestyle. And this is one guaranteed to work. Try it for full 60 days and see the results you desire or pay absolutely nothing. Plus, you're always minutes away from an answer from our friendly customer support staff. Look below this video right now. Click on the orange button that says Get Instant Access to claim your discounted price now. You'll be granted immediate access to everything, the Tantra X formula videos, all the bonuses. Remember, along with the top 10 sexual touch secrets for men, you'll also be receiving the complete new edition of the Tantra X formula. 9 videos containing your easy-to-follow formula for giving her total sexual pleasure and making sure she comes back for more. You get 2 interviews with 2 hot women who reveal what really pleases them in bed. You'll learn secrets most men will never know about what women really want in bed, from women who are open, honest, experienced, and who love sex. Plus, you get the Player's Guide to Safer Sex audio and transcripts, the Secrets of Immense Sexual Stamina and Pleasure for Men ebook, and my new super bonus, Live in the Bedroom, a live demo. Whatever you do, do not put this off 1 second longer. Here's why. First, as you know, I lowered the price by over half, just so you can jump in now. Yet eventually I'm going to raise that price back up to where it really deserves to be. So act now before that happens. Also, you do not want to feel left out if my live bedroom demo turns out to be too controversial and I take it off the market. Only first comers will be the first guaranteed access to it. Everyone else will be out of luck. And let's not forget, unless you take action now today, you may never take action. You may do what some people do and put it off just a few more days, which means they'll turn into months and then years, because, you know, the days of the week don't include the day someday. So let's make sure you get what you really want and wisely get on the right path to an abundance of pleasure and fun in the bedroom starting today. Click the Get Instant Access orange rectangular button below and let's get you started now.